Hello, everybody. We are going to talk about developing reading comprehension skills. Reading comprehension comes down to how well you know the English language. You might want to develop these skills because you would like to become a better reader, or perhaps you want to do well on a standardized test. So let's see how we would go about improving reading comprehension. Well, there's three main parts: comprehension, structure, and integration. The comprehension part is about understanding the main ideas, the order of details, and inference and prediction. Inference meaning that the information is not black and white in the text, and the reader has to make an educated guess. Prediction is when the author is hinting at something in the future, but not telling you exactly what it is. Then there's also structure that has to do with plot, purpose of passage, language, and vocabulary and context. And then finally, there's integration that has to do with the type of text, if there's a subtext, whether it is a cause and effect passage or a compare and contrast passage. So here's some strategies, especially if this is for a standardized test. You want to always number the paragraphs. It may be one paragraph, it may be three, but always number them so that you are actually beginning to interact with the text. Then you want to skim the questions and circle keywords in the questions so you have an idea of what you're looking for in the passage. This will also help you hone in on your analytical skills and higher thinking skills. Then you want to annotate, which is a fancy way of saying you're taking notes in the margins of the text or a passage. You do this by creating boxes around main characters or by underlining, circling, anything that may be important. Then you want to pay attention to the first and last sentence of each paragraph. Why? Because the first sentence is the topic sentence, which tells you what your paragraph is about, and the last sentence is your concluding sentence. There should be some similarities between these two sentences in a passage. Then determine the overall text type. This is really critical. This is kind of the skeleton of reading comprehension. You need to decipher whether you are reading a nonfiction text or fiction. If it's informational and there is a question about tone or mood, then it's probably written in an informative way or a matter-of-fact or objective way. If it's fiction, there may be a subtext. Maybe it's historical fiction, fantasy fiction. But knowing the text type does give you more information in terms of how to analyze the text. And then finally, note the order of actions and events. Things take place in a book chronologically, but not always. Sometimes a novel may jump around. Sometimes a passage may jump around. There's foreshadowing, for example, where you're looking ahead, or a flashback where you're looking in the past. So be aware of the different ways authors like to convey their messages. Thank you.